Hello, everybody. Welcome to Galaxy Brains, where that is not the Ravens going for their 24th consecutive preseason victory on Saturday. It is you spending your 24th consecutive hour making preseason DFS lineups, Denny, and hoping the air mattress your wife ordered for your new windowless bedroom in the basement arrives in time for you to watch the game on Saturday.
That is the hope. And Amazon, if you're listening, Jeff Bezos, if you're listening, hurry it up because I gotta see that game in the comfort of my windowless basement.
Yeah, because Denny lives in the Ravens viewing area, so he can watch that game with the antenna, on the 20-inch TV that his grandma got him for Christmas, 6 years ago that had never been taken out of the box. He'll be eating baked beans and, of course, sitting on the air mattress if it's there.
No, she actually bought it for me in 1999. So,
thank you, Grandma. Thank you, Grandma is something Joey Bosa should be saying if he's looking to bulk up. Joey Bosa's trying to gain weight, Denny. He needs some grandmother's lasagna. He needs to be eating 4,500 to 5,000 calories a day, apparently, according to him, in order to gain weight. He's eating this crazy diet. He's doing all these crazy things. You think there's a simpler way, though, for Joey Bosa, a grown adult man, to simply pack on this weight?
It is. It's fairly straightforward, Pat, and I think you're familiar with it, unless I'm mistaken. I'm certainly familiar with it. It goes like this, Joey. You become a dad. and then it just happens, like, and I'm not saying like you have to become a dad and eat poorly and not exercise. No, you can exercise all you want, you can eat as healthily as you want, but guess what, the pounds are still going to get packed on. That's the way it works when you become a dad. So become a dad once, Joey, and you will reach your weight goal, honestly, within days.
I would say this only works with the first child. Then I don't know if you know, I'm up to 4.
Yeah.
Phillip Rivers, of course, we are gunning for you. That's what my wife says every day. I'm not sure how she even knew about that. She doesn't follow football at all.
Amazing.
But we're gunning for the Rivers family. But you gain 25 pounds pretty easily with the first kid. By the time you're on the 4th, you become skeletal because you have no time left to do anything, including eat. You just sit as a soulless husk, staring straight ahead, wondering where the time went. Then you have no time for thought, no time to eat, no time to make preseason DFS lineups for the 24th consecutive hour, actually. So it only works with the first child, Joey. Only have one if you want to gain the weight.
So, Joey, again, just to review, 25 pounds off the bat. As soon as the kid emerges from the womb, bang, 25 pounds. By the 4th kid, skeletal husk. So between those two moments in your life, you got to fit in your NFL career.
Maybe between those two moments, this is the sweet spot. Maybe you really only want to gain 10 to 12 pounds. And I love Amelia Bennett and Alice. We love you all. Denny, speaking of dads, Chase Young has revealed this week that he is no longer wearing a knee brace, and he is, quote, finally feeling like himself again. To which you and I say, quote, tweet this, obvious same. We got the knee braces off. We're out there, we're swinging the golf clubs again, hitting the tennis racket again.
Yeah.
I'm even running for a few drop shots. I hear you occasionally say you're not going to use the cart for one hole, and then you immediately get on the cart. And you just think Chase Young is shedding the brace, feeling like himself again, has made him a far more relatable NFL player.
I mean, maybe the single most relatable player in my lifetime for saying this, because wow, like, yes, as when I can shed my little knee brace that I got at CVS in 2021, I cannot wear that. I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, like, you don't even have to ask. You just know, oh, Denny's not wearing his knee brace, and he's going to play golf, or he's going to go on a vigorous walk around the neighborhood. So yeah, I feel you, Chase Young.
I know Chase Young, you said CVS. I think he probably did what I did, which is order the Brett Favre branded copper tone brace, I believe, off Amazon. And yeah, sure, it totally crumbled after 2 uses. And then I lost the other one that came with it. But I just it made me feel closer to Chase Young. Like, I'm an elite NFL athlete. And yeah. Do you remember to wear your brace every time and then forget and then just immediately re-sprain your meniscus?
Well, I would say that the constant pain in my knee makes it impossible for me to forget.
The brace does nothing.
And listen, for those that saying, why don't you simply go to the doctor? I will never go to the doctor, ever. You have to understand this.
Denny will never go to the doctor. Remember, again, we talk a lot about how our ancestors never drank water. They also just never ever went to the doctor.
Well, nobody needed medical care back then, and they lived till 40. So what's the big deal?
Hey, Grandpa, I'm not really sure about that festering wound on the inside of your arm that you said you got after you bumped into a tractor 2 weeks ago, and is now turning bright purple. I didn't even know bright purple was a color, and it's turning bright purple. You should maybe go to the doctor.
but no, he didn't go. And although I do drink way more water than my grandfather did, I also am not going to the doctor for extraordinary pain that persists for a long time.
I think in our lifetimes, by the way, it'll boomerang back around to no water. And that somehow becomes the secret to aging, or aging well, is just we say all of the old timers never drank water. And we're not going to do a study on it. We're just going to stop drinking water again.
For different reasons, though, Pat. Yes, it will boomerang around, but it'll be because there are nationwide water shortages, which we can look forward to.
Say I probably need to stop refilling my 72-ounce water bottle out of the Colorado River. I don't get it out of the tap. I go to the Colorado River.
It's in poor form.
Get it out of an irrigation ditch. I know it is bad.
The state of Arizona has 4 drops of water left, and you're draining the Colorado.
Somewhere there's an onion not getting watered. I'm very, very, very sorry about that. Also, have they ever just considered not doing agriculture in the desert? By the way,
that is one option.
That is one option. We're looking into it. We're looking into it very powerfully. Speaking of never drinking water, never going to the doctor, that's just because people used to be tough. Grandma didn't need a glass of water. Again, Grandpa didn't need his bright purple wound dressed by a doctor.
Oh, yeah.
That's because they were very tough. Eric Bieniemy, Denny, the new Commanders offensive coordinator, is apparently too tough. Ron Rivera said some Commanders players have struggled to adjust to Bieniemy's intensity. He later, of course, walked back these comments, which is what you do the second you say anything interesting in modern society. You immediately walk it back. But Eric Bieniemy had this reputation in Kansas City. He probably is too tough. You have some recommendations to the Commanders players to how they could deal with Eric Bieniemy's intensities. Maybe something you've learned from some of your online friends.
Listen, at Galaxy Brains, we are here to help. And today, I would love to help my home team, the Washington Commanders, deal with this, tough new offensive coordinator, Eric Bieniemy. And I want to share some advice that I get from folks online, especially on Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it, is to do this. So it's a 2-step process. You cry more. And then after you're done crying more, then you cope. And it's really just a bang, bang thing. You cry more, then cope. So Antonio Gibson, whoever else, on the Commanders offense, you do that. You cry more and you cope. This is what I've been told to do, and honestly, it helps. So there you go.
How's it work? You do look very moisturized. Have you been crying more and coping?
So much crying every time something bad happens. Something I don't like. I start crying more, and then I cope. I shake in the corner. I just get in the fetal position in the corner and I cope.
So they could also too, getting more like football, Twitter specific. They could also quote no ball. Maybe watch film once, and then maybe your offensive coordinator won't be so mad at you if you just actually know ball. Or if you've ever watched film. Which, by the way, this week Johnny Manziel revealed that he watched 0 film. I don't think he would be an Eric Bieniemy favorite.
We in the analytics community, we are trying to figure out the PR response to Johnny Manziel admitting that he is not a film bro and maybe joining our forces. We're not sure where to go from here, but it is a confounding thing. And Johnny, I just want to say, same, of course. And I also will say too, to go on another mini rant, we just talked about water in the United States. I think we need a different word for what these Johnny Manziel type movies, which are called documentaries. Not really sure if it's a documentary when it's this like an 80-minute film aimed squarely, like solely at rehabilitating the interview subject. Right.
And I'm just like, is that really a documentary? Is that even really an interview? I don't even know what you would call it. Maybe we need to ask Ed Zitron about what this new brand of media is. But documentary feels very, very strong for what this Johnny Manziel film purports to be.
One thing, Pat, that I was informed of by hundreds of people on the internet this week is that every single person believed that Johnny Manziel would fail in the NFL. There was no one who thought he would succeed.
Not a single person.
Which is amazing. I don't remember it that way, but apparently everybody did, which is why he was a first-round pick in the NFL.
It is quite curious. I do remember, I feel like people memory hold Roger Goodell saying, with the number 22 pick, who will be an immediate bust, the Cleveland Browns select Johnny Manziel, Texas A&M University.
Steven, our producer, roll the clip. Roll that clip.
Roll the clip. And Jimmy Haslam's like, well, of course we know he's going to be a bust, but we had to do it. We just said we had no choice. But yeah, I wouldn't call it a documentary, Denny. That's just my 2 cents.
Yeah,
and I would, I'm assuming I will be told to cry more and to cope from people who like the documentary.
It helps, I will say.
And so it does help. What also helps is expanding your mind. That always helps you deal with the unending pain of being on planet Earth. So for Denny Carter, I am Patrick Daugherty. Thank you for joining us. Tune back next week for more brain expansion.